What's up YouTube, I'm Kilo, and today I'm going to be doing a little walkthrough video about how I hooked up my GoXLR to my console so I can get party chat and game chat at the same time, be able to talk to both separately, and do it all without a million microphones and headsets. So let's just jump right in. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. There's only one thing that I hate more than audio problems, and that's networking and internet problems, but that's a different video for a different time and a different headache. All of the things that I've got for this system to work with my solution is a conglomerate of what I've seen in other people's YouTube videos, and I'm sure you could go out there and find something else that works for you. This is what works for me. Okay, let's go over the stuff that we're going to need to make this work. The first is obviously a GoXLR. The second is a microphone. I'm using an XLR microphone. It's an AT2020 from Audio-Technica, and it was about $100. It's a pretty good microphone, all things considered, and I really enjoy it so far. The next thing is an Astro Mix Amp Pro TR. This is going to be a requirement to be able to pull audio off of the Xbox and put audio back onto the Xbox. The next couple things we need look very similar, but they do the exact opposite thing. We're going to want one female to male Y splitter and one male to female Y splitter. One is required to put audio back onto the Mix Amp Pro, and the other one's just a connection to your microphone to your headset so that you can hear everything in your own headset. A ground loop isolator. This is important to pull all the buzzing out of the lines that are running around multiple times, going back into the Xbox. It's going to make your voice sound a little bit cleaner in the line in to your Xbox and make it not so annoying for everyone who's listening to you. Also, let's get some headphones. I'm running wired SteelSeries Arctis 3s. I run wired because wireless gives you a delay. It doesn't matter how good the wireless is, it's always going to give you a delay when you're listening to your own voice going through your microphone, the GoXLR, your computer, and back into your headset. It's beyond annoying, and it's going to make you try to match your voice in your own ears, and you're going to sound drunk. I never could get used to it. You might be able to get used to it. Okay, now let's take a look at how some of this stuff connects together. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the inputs on the back of the GoXLR. Starting from left to right, we have the XLR input, we have a line in, a microphone, a headphone, a line out, a USB to go to your computer, an optical cable that probably won't get used much anymore, and a DC in for power for this thing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our XLR cable, plug that puppy into the back of the GoXLR, and then plug the other side of that thing into our AT2020 or whatever XLR microphone you have. This is going to differ a little bit if you have a USB microphone, but again, it works exactly the same. Your microphone just gets plugged into the mic input instead of the XLR one. Okay, so that took care of our microphone and it's all set up, but now we want to do our headphones. So go ahead and take our splitter with the two output side and plug the green one into the GoXLR's phones port. That's the green to the green. It's very simple. On the other side of this cable, we're going to plug in our wired headset. Now our headphones are hooked up too. Okay, I do want to say at this time that if we didn't care about getting our microphone voice back into the Xbox to use party chat on the console or game chat, that we could technically be done by just plugging in a auxiliary cable to the line in on the GoXLR and the line out on your monitor if you have one. Some monitors don't have that option, and they do have audio extractors that plug into the HDMI before they plug into the monitor. I was concerned about the video lag, and so I opted not to do that, but if you guys are interested, leave comments below and I'll pick one up and see if it works too. Okay, to accomplish my goal of getting my voice back onto the console, what I needed to do was pick up a Mix Amp Pro by Astro. Now I'm not going to walk into the setup of this too much because it's pretty self-explanatory and it comes with its own guide, but I will walk into how to hook it up to the GoXLR. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take an auxiliary cable and plug it into the back of the Mix Amp Pro into the stream output port and run it straight into the line in on the GoXLR. We're going to take the other splitter that we bought and plug it into the front of the Mix Amp Pro. It's really annoying that these cables get plugged into both front and back of this thing, so make sure you put it somewhere where you don't want to look at cables. Into the pink side of that splitter, we're going to plug in the ground loop isolator. And into the ground loop isolator, we're going to plug in another auxiliary cable that's going to go into the line out port on the GoXLR. This is going to allow our voice to travel back into the Xbox via the Mix Amp Pro. And there you have it. Everything you have is now hooked up like my stuff's hooked up. So now we can go into the routing table and you should be able to mirror exactly my settings and get exactly how my sound comes out as well. Let's take a look at it right here. Okay, so now let's jump over to the GoXLR software under the routing tab. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I have selected and why, but it's more important that you take the time to figure out the inputs and outputs selection so that you can customize it to your needs specifically. So everything to the right of headphones is everything that I've selected that I want to hear in my headphones. So it's my own microphone and my own voice. It's chat, it's music, it's anything that I've designated to be a game on my PC. The line in, which comes from the MixAmp Pro and plugs directly into the line in on the GoXLR. It's my own computer system noises, such as any errors that pop up or basically anything that I've not yet defined to be something different. And all the samples on board the GoXLR. Same principle for the broadcast stream mix. Everything to the right is the things that I've selected that I want my stream to hear. So again, it's my microphone, it's my party chats, it's music, it's the game that I'm playing, it's the console if I'm on it, it's my system noises, just in case sometimes I toggle this one on and off depending on what I'm trying to do. And again, it's all the samples on board the GoXLR. Under line out, these are the things that we're sending back through the aux cable into the MixAmp Pro and onto the Xbox. Now under line out, we need to make sure that we check the mic box. This is going to send this microphone back onto the MixAmp Pro and into the Xbox and give us a microphone on the Xbox console itself. This eliminates the need to having to be in party chat on PC if you don't want to do it, but also gives you the ability to talk into game chat as well. The other thing I have checked in this is the samples, and that's so that if I wanted to change my voice or add some effect or play something on the sampler, that all goes through that same channels too, and people can hear it in the game or Xbox party chat. Now for a chat mic, all I have is mic and samples checked, and that's because I don't want people to hear system noises or game noises or music noises. I just want them to hear my voice in any samples that I do in apps like Discord or Xbox party chat on the PC. Now under sampler, all I have checked is mic, and that's because I don't want any other noises going into the sampler at any other time. I'm mostly just holding buttons and doing things with my voice on the fly. Okay, one more tab we need to jump into is the mixer tab. What we want to look at here is that line out slider. We want to pull that line out slider down to somewhere between 37 and 50%, because if it's too high, you're just going to pop and people are going to really regret hearing you in any sort of chat system on the console. Lowering the line out slider lowers the gain on your microphone so that you're actually audible inside the Xbox party chat or game chat systems. While you're at it, you should probably also lower the sample a bit, because we did check the box to send sample over that aux cable and back into game chat and party chat on the console. And if it's at 100%, you're again just going to blow people's eardrums out and they're not going to actually understand anything you're saying. Now, nothing under the console's checked, and that's because that's reserved for the fiber optic input in the back of the GoXLR, and well, all the manufacturers dropped them off of the console, so we don't actually use that anymore. But if you did manage to get one of those HDMI extractors that has one of the optical outputs, this is where you'd select that instead. Now, all of our console is coming over the line in. So now let's test it to make sure it all works out. I'm gonna open up and record a message here, and then we'll play it back so we can hear how it sounds together. Hello, can you hear me?
This is an effect. Can you hear this too? Hello.
Now let's play it back and hear how it sounds. Hello, can you hear me?
This is an effect. Can you hear this too? Hello.
I also have samples checked so that occasionally in game chat I can bug the crap out of people. And there you have it. You're now ready to start using game chat and party chat on a console using this microphone and your GoXLR. Now let me just say, typically if I'm playing in an Xbox party, I'm usually using the Windows Game Bar version so that I can mix it separate from the audio in the game on the fly and manually whenever I need to. Now if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below or drop by my live stream on Twitch and ask me there. I'm always willing to help. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one. See you later, YouTube.